Hello everyone, my name is Ali and today we will discuss about how to store sensitive information on the blockchain. Recently, blockchain has gained much attention from its users, so I think that is a great idea to discuss about how to store sensitive information on the blockchain. So we can get security, decentralization, immutability and other features of blockchain by storing sensitive or private information on the blockchain. So here are the tools that we will use for today's tutorial. The first one is Chain IDE. Chain IDE is an online IDE that supports multiple blockchains such as Ethereum blockchain, Binance Smart Chain, Hyperledger Fabric, and other consortium and public blockchains. And the second one is MetaMask. MetaMask is a digital wallet for Web3. We will use MetaMask to pay the gas fee when we deploy the smart contract or when we make transaction to the deployed smart contract. So here is the Web3 library. Web3 library is used to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. So we will deploy our smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. There are many other blockchains also, but we will use Ethereum blockchain for this tutorial, and we will use Web3 library to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. So here are the programming languages that we will use for this tutorial. The first one is Solidity, that is used to write down the smart contract. The second one is HTML, as you all know. It is used to design the structure of a website. And the third one is Cascade Style Sheet, CSS, that is used to design the website. And the fourth one is JavaScript. We will use JavaScript to interact with the deployed smart contract with the help of Web3 library. So we will see in the later section. So here are the features of the blockchain or smart contract when we deploy on the blockchain. That is why we should deploy our data on the blockchain. So the first one is immutable. Immutable means when we deploy our smart contract on the blockchain or when we make transactions to the blockchain, it can never be changed later. And there is no single point of failure because it is not centralized. All the nodes receive the data on the blockchain. For example, if we talk about the Binance Smart Chain, it has about 21 nodes, and when we deploy our smart contract on the Binance Smart Chain, all the 21 nodes will receive the smart contract, and then one of them will verify it, and all of them will verify it, and one will mine it, and all will store it. So the third one is security. So we can gain high security using blockchain. So all the code for this tutorial is available on this GitHub repository. You can go there and check the code. And now we will start today's tutorial. So first of all, we need Chain IDE. Chain IDE is available at, we can search here, Chain IDE. Here we can see there are different blockchains that Chain ID supports. Here is Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Fisco, Bicos, Daim, and OC. Some of them are consortium blockchains and some of them are open blockchains. So we will use Ethereum blockchain. Here we use Ethereum blockchain. Here we have two options. Either we can import our project from the GitHub repository or from the computer, or we create a new project. For this tutorial, I have already created a project and uploaded on my GitHub repository. So for this project, I will just copy it and just paste it simply, and now we can access our whole project in the Chain IDE. So it is loading our project now. So here we can see all the information. Here is readme file, and here is SOL represents Solidity file, and here is HTML file, as I already told you, like we will use 4 languages. The first one is Solidity. Here we have written down our smart contract in Solidity language, and the second one is HTML and the third one is CSS. We have embedded the CSS in HTML. Here the CSS code starts and here it ends, and here is the HTML and CSS. So we used 4 languages. The first one is Solidity, HTML, JavaScript, and here is CSS that is used for designing. So let's discuss about it. So here is the smart contract to store the information of the employees. Here we name it employee info. So here we want to store the employees information. You can change it according to your requirements. For example, if you want to store patient information, or if you want to store some sensitive other informations such as complaint information, or some people have recently published some research papers on FIR complaint registration and tracking system using blockchain. I think these works can be done using this tutorial, and you can make some changes in this tutorial to achieve that functionalities. Here we see we have defined some data types, integers, strings. Solidity also supports multiple data types like other programming languages like int, strings, and arrays. So here is a function to store the information, and here is the function to retrieve the information from the blockchain. So here we store 5 items. The first one is ID, the second one is first name, the third one is last name, address, and the last one is mobile number. So here we retrieve all the information. So the first step is to write down the Solidity smart contract, and once we have written down the smart contract, then the next step is to choose the appropriate compiler. Here we have defined the compiler version that is suitable to compile this Solidity code. So we can choose about the Solidity compiler that should be greater than 0.6.2 and should be less than 0.7.0. So we can choose any in between these values. So we will choose 0.6 maybe. So here we press compile button and it will start compiling, and if we have any error it will show in the output section here, and if we don't have any error, so it will be compiled successfully. So we don't have any error and it is compiled successfully, and here we can see the ABI file and the bytecode. ABI file is known as application binary interface, and it is usually used when we want to interact using HTML page with the smart contract, with the deployed smart contract. Here we can see the ABI file in our HTML file. Here is the ABI file. The ABI file will be used to interact with the deployed smart contract using JavaScript. So here is the ABI file and here is the contract address. After compilation we will get ABI file. Here as we can see we got ABI file, and here with ABI file we got bytecode also. So the first step is compilation, writing down the smart contract, and the second one is compilation, and after successful compilation we will deploy the smart contract on the blockchain. And to deploy the smart contract we need to pay the gas fee, and for paying the gas fee we need to have wallet. As I already told you, we will use metamask, so we need to have metamask installed first. We can install metamask from here. If you don't have, here is the procedure to install the metamask. Here we can download it. and if you are using, you can choose the device you are using, and I am using Chrome, and it would be added to the Chrome extension. Here I already have added, and it is giving an option like remove from Chrome. So you can add from here. You can create a wallet if you don't have, and if you have a wallet, you can log in simply. So here I have already installed metamask, and here I will simply connect it to the chain IDE from here. So here it would be connected. So now here it is connected. Now we can see metamask is connected, and here we can see digital wallet address, and here we can see the chosen network. I have chosen Robston test network, so I don't have any ether in Robston test network. We can choose any test network among these, like Robston test network, Common test network, Rinkbay, or Gorilla. So I have some ethers, dummy ethers in my Rinkbay test network, so I will choose Rinkbay test network. So here I have 10.49 ethers. So if you don't have ethers, you can buy from Rinkbay test network by clicking here. Simply click here and get ethers, and copy your metamask wallet address from here, from this, and go to here and open your Twitter account, and paste your wallet address to your Twitter account. Mean to say, tweet your wallet address to Twitter account, and here you copy the link of the tweet, and here you paste, and here you click give me ethers. You can choose how many ethers you want. So here I select 7.50 ethers, and here funding request accepted for Ali. So here the funding request has been accepted, and we can check now. Before I had 10 point some ethers, and now refresh it, and now we can see I have 17.9982 ethers. So it means I got ethers. So now we deploy it, and here we will pay some gas fee, and this is the unit for paying gas fee, and here is the compiled contract that we want to deploy. So here we press the deploy button. So here we press the confirm button, and our smart contract will be deployed if there is no problem with it. So I will close it. So here we can check once our deploy. Here we can see our smart contract is deployed now. Chain IDE provides interactive panel to interact with the smart contract also. Like we can store the information from Chain IDE interactive panel also. Like here, if we want to store ID 1, first name Ali, and the second name is Arshad, and address is Nanjing, and mobile number, for example, I wrote down my mobile number, and here we want to store the information, and we will click here. As I already told you, we will need metamask whenever we need to deploy our smart contract, or whenever we need to make transactions to the deployed smart contract. So now we have already deployed our smart contract, and we want to make transactions to the deployed smart contract. So we need to pay gas fee again. So here I have selected the gas limit, and we will select here confirm. So here we can see from the Ethereum Rinkbay test network also, like our smart contract is deployed successfully here, and the block number and the timestamp, and here is my wallet address like from, and here is the contract address, and here is the transaction fee that I paid, that is also known as gas fee and gas limit, and now we can see the transaction is confirmed. Yeah, the transaction is confirmed. Our data is, I think there is some problem happened, maybe we didn't pay enough gas fee. Yeah, so we check if, yeah, we can see like the data is stored on the blockchain and we can retrieve the data. Here the get contract value successful. When we retrieve the data from the blockchain, then we don't need to pay any gas fee. But when we need to store the data, then we need to pay gas fee. Or whenever we need to deploy our smart contract, then we need to pay gas fee. So here we have deployed our smart contract. So now the next step is we want to interact using HTML and JavaScript. Like we want to interact using a web page. Here I have created a web page for interacting with the deployed smart contract. So here we start. So here it starts HTML, and here I have used Web3 library. I already told you it is used to interact with the Ethereum blockchain, with the nodes of Ethereum blockchain. And here I have designed the web page. Here I have designed several input fields and button, and these are all input fields. And here we need to take care of IDEs because we will use it to get values from the forum. And here is the primary button, and here is the function store information. So this function would be used to store information. When we click the save button here, so this function would be called, and this function would be used to store information. Here these all are input fields. The first one is to collect ID, the second one is to collect first name, last name, address, and the last one is to collect mobile number. And here when we click store information like the save button, so the store information function would be called. So here I have defined some other headings and some other classes. These are labels to show information from the blockchain. For example, first we have stored the information using this, and now using this section we retrieve the information from the blockchain. So here first of all we retrieve ID, the second one is name, the third one is last name, address, and mobile number. So we will use this IDEs to show the information back from the blockchain. And this function would be called to retrieve the information from the blockchain. So here the Web3 is loaded. Like here the metamask setting is done. Like this code would check if the metamask is installed or not, and if it is installed then it would enable it. And here we will load our smart contract. Here we have created a function to load our smart contract. Here is the ABI of the smart contract. As I already told you, we need ABI. Here the ABI of this ABI of the smart contract. Here this is the ABI, this. So it is used to interact when we want to interact using JavaScript. And here is the contract address of our deployed smart contract. We can check from here. For example, from here. Here is the contract address, this one. So this one is the contract address. So yeah, so this one is the contract address, we may paste it here and save it, and here is the ABI address we already done. So here we paste the ABI of the smart contract. So here we load the smart contract, and here we call a function to store the information on the blockchain, and here we call a function to retrieve the information on the blockchain from the blockchain. So here we call the store function, store information function. So this function name should be similar to the one that we used in smart contract. For example, here the store function, store information function is similar to this one. So these should be similar to each other. So here all the elements I told you here would be used like this one, like ID, first name, last name, address and mobile number are used to get the values and pass through a function. Here ID dot value and first name dot value and all these, and then send from. Here is my wallet address. Here you can see this one is my wallet address, like send from to contract address. Here this one is my digital wallet address, and here we retrieve the information. Here we have already defined the HTML tags, and we use those IDEs to display the data from the blockchain. Here we have already declared defined some HTML tags, like the ID is name 1, last name, address and mobile number. So here we are using these tags to retrieve information from the blockchain, and here again the method name should be similar to the one we used in the smart contract. Here it should be same as the one we used in the smart contract. So here we define the function to load the smart contract. First of all, we load Web3 and the metamask settings, and then we load smart contract. And after loading the smart contract, these two functions are called. Here when we press the save button, the store information function is called, and when we press the show function, show button, then the retrieve information is called. So here we can see the output of our HTML file. Here the display would be like this. I have used CSS to design the web page, and here we try to store the information using this page. Here for example, I store some information like 3 Ahmad and Ali, and address is Beijing, and mobile number is this, and here we save the information on the blockchain. So we need to pay the gas fee again. So here we increase some gas fee to avoid some failure of the transaction. So here we press the confirm button, and we can see from the output if the transaction happened successfully or not. Here we can check. It is not updated yet because we stores here. Now the transaction is confirmed, so we refresh it and check the values if it has been updated or now we can check like the new information has been stored on the blockchain and we can retrieve it from the blockchain. So that is all for today. This was the tutorial to store sensitive and private information on the blockchain. And if you have any confusion or if you face any problems or if you have any questions, feel free to ask us in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.